Shalom. Uh, we're going to read from the book of Isaiah 53, verse 12. Says, "Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors." Now, what is that talking about? I'm outside. There's squirrels and stuff like that. So if y'all hear stuff, just bear with me. This scripture right here, this verse right here, Isaiah 53, verse 12. "Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors." That's Yahushua. That scripture right there is talking about Yahushua, saying that because what did Yahushua do? He bore the sins of Israel, all of us, not all people. When I say all of us, I don't mean everybody. I'm not saying all people in the earth. No, I mean all of Israel. All of Israel. He bore the sins of all of Israel. Excuse me. He bore the sins. So it says that he was numbered with the transgressors. So to them, so in his day, to the people who crucified Yahushua, he was a sinner. He was a transgressor. When the Lord was here as Yahushua, there was no sin found in him. He was blameless. He was sinless. But man found iniquity in him. They found fault with him, with Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, the Holy One, the chosen. You found fault with the chosen, and then you find fault with the chosen, and with the chosen one of Israel, the sacrificial lamb, excuse me, and you crucify him. And by that I'm just saying you kill him. So he poured out his soul unto death. Yahushua said, and the scripture says, "Be faithful to me until death." And this is a future prophecy. Yahushua said, "Be faithful unto me until death, and I shall give thee a crown of life." Straight up, man. This is as raw as it gets. Be faithful unto me until death, and I'll give you a crown of life. That's future. That's to come. That's not here yet. But that's on its way. Be faithful unto me until death, and I shall give thee a crown of life, because Esau is going to persecute all those who don't take that CHIP. If you don't take that CHIP, that's your ass. You're not going to be able to do nothing in this society. You won't be able to take part or to participate in society. So, Yahweh has a mark of those whom he's going to save. Well, Esau also has a mark. And you have to understand that the significance behind both marks. And it's basically a game of choosing sides. Whose side are you on? So if you take Esau's mark, which is his CHIP, you've chosen his side. And therefore you will reap the destruction. You're going to get the same judgment he gets from the Lord in that day. So it says, "Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors." Numbered with the transgressors. Yahushua was perfect. There was no sin found in him. But those who persecuted him found sin. And who are they to find sin in anybody? They're sinful themselves. But that's the blind leading the blind. The wicked can't judge the wicked. Only the righteous can do that. And he bare the sins of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Verse 54. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, Break forth into singing and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, spare not. Lengthen thy cords and strengthen thy stakes. So, thou that didst travail, that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife. The desolate is who? Israel. We are the desolate child. We are the unwanted people on this earth. We are the desolate. We've been decimated, abandoned. It feels like we've been abandoned, but we've not. Yahweh has not abandoned his people. Scripture says, has the Lord abandoned Israel? I'm paraphrasing. God forbid. So no, the answer is no, he's not. But we feel like that. It looks like that we've been abandoned, but the Lord has not abandoned us. He said, even in the land of their captivity shall I be with them. So even in the land of our captivity, the Lord gonna be here with us. So he's here. You know what I'm saying? It's the it says, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou, this is Isaiah 54, verse 4. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shall not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. So what does that mean? That's telling us that we are the shame of the earth. We're the laughing stock of earth. We are the laughing stock of the planet. Jacob, the children of Israel. We are the laughing stock of the planet. I saw a video of Elder Apostle Manatazak posted about a movie yesterday. It was just yesterday. I saw it last night. This video he posted yesterday. I saw it yesterday, and it was about a movie where aliens come down to the fucking earth, and they're like, oh, we want all your black people. Aliens comes from outer space, and they don't want war. They don't want to make war. They just want your Negroes. And you know how they said it? They said they want everybody with melanin in their skin. That's telling you know that these folks, that the so-called white man hates us, but he's very jealous. His hatred comes from jealousy. They hate us because they're jealous of us. Like Busta Rhymes said in Higher Learning, on the movie Higher Learning, he said they hate me because they ain't me. And that's true. They do. They hate us because they ain't us. But you see them always trying to be like us. You know, they want to rap now. They want to rap. When rap came out, they didn't know nothing about it. But it didn't take long until the Beastie Boys broke onto the scene. Everywhere, the way the so-called black man is the most imitated man on the planet. That's a bar none. That's a fact. We can prove it. Everybody's trying to be like us. Everybody wants to be a so-called Negro. Everybody wants to have a key word that they can use among their people. Black people got nigger. We can say nigger to each other because we know to each other. You know, it is what it is. But when they say it, somebody else outside of our clique, outside of our race, our group, that's not gonna happen. It's not going down. But everybody wants to be Jacob. But at the same time, in while they want to be us, they have still made us the laughing stock of earth. Why? Because we are. That's why. Because we have no protection in this earth. We have no representation on this earth. We have nothing here. We have no continuing city here. We have no continuing city here. We are the only race of people on earth without representation in NATO. We don't have anybody. We don't have any representation at those meetings, at those summits and things, those forums that they have, those official forums with the world leaders and things. Everybody has somebody up there representing them to look out for their interests, except Jacob. We have nobody. All we have is our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and He takes care of us. But in the meantime, we are the laughing stock of the earth. It says, "Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed. Neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thou shalt not be ashamed, neither thou shalt be confounded." This is a future prophecy given unto Jacob, that we are ashamed right now. We are ashamed in the earth right now, but in the kingdom we're not going to be the shame. We're going to be the glory of the earth. The other nations are going to be the shame. The first, remember, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. We're last right now. Everybody else is first, but we are going to be first. The tables are going to turn. That's just the way life is. I mean, we can even break out of the spirit world right now and just say even the world has a saying that says, "What goes around comes around." Even the world says that. So and that's based, and that comes from here. That comes from the book. That comes from the Bible. The world gets that from here because it says it here. So neither shall not. So right now we are ashamed in the earth, but in the kingdom we will not be ashamed. Scripture says, "Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed." In the kingdom we are not going to be ashamed. We are going to be at glory. Even in our lowest state, even in the low state that we're in, we are in the lowest state on earth. Even in this low state, Jacob's better than everybody on earth. We run faster, we jump higher, we sing better, we're more athletic, we're sexually superior, we're intellectually superior. Everything you see around you has been invented by a so-called black man. So the other nations just benefit off of our intellect, off of our abilities, of what we do. They just benefit off of it. Meanwhile, they don't give us anything for it. We don't even get recognition, much less money. "Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and not forget the shame of thy youth." What does that mean? That means you're going to forget the shame of this side, the shame you've endured on this side. We're not going to remember it in the kingdom. We're not going to know that we were ashamed in this side, but we're going. "For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore." Okay, widowhood. What makes a widow? What is a widow? A widow is by and large a married woman whose husband died. Well, in the kingdom, we'll be immortal. We're gonna take off the mortal and put on the immortal. The mortal shall take off the immortal and put on immortality. We're gonna have new bodies in the kingdom, and those bodies, they're not gonna be able to die. On this side, women become widows because in these faulty bodies, we die. We get sick, we forget, we cough, sneeze, eat, drink, shit. These bodies are worth nothing. These are trash. We get sick, we get headaches. These bodies are not in line, are not in tune with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, with the spirit of Yahweh. They're not at all. They are fallible. These bodies are fallible, and they are subject to sin. But when we get to the kingdom, we're going to put on new bodies, and we're not going to be able to sin. We're not going to be able to transgress the laws. We're not going to be able to die. We're not going to be able to make our wives widows because we're going to be immortal. We're going to be gods. Gods don't die. So our women, "And thou shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore." Our women will not be widows. So I just wanted to bring that out. I hope it was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.